Hello! We're on the ground with Ground Chuck for Amelia's Spooky Story Boutique. I'm your host, Ground Chuck, and today we're talking with Shelly from the old Baraboo Inn in Baraboo, Wisconsin. It's great to have you with us today, Shelly, and thank you for taking the time to talk with us.
Oh, Chuck, thank you. I'm so excited that you can make it to this historic place today. It's the 160th anniversary, and I'm sure that the spirits have something in store for us.
Let's come out of the gate swinging, shall we, Shelly? Shall we, Shelly? What is that? Is that a slant rhyme? That is not my question. My first question is an important one, and it is this. Are there many caribou in Baraboo?
Caribou. Well, that's an interesting question. I don't think I've ever been asked about the caribou. I'm sorry, Chuck, not that I know of.
What is special about the town of Baraboo?
Baraboo's a very special place. Many people like to come here just for the day, for the night, for vacation. There's so much to see in this historic place. There's so much history, including the original home of the Ringling and Brother Barnum and Bailey Circus. The circus is alive and going today, and all of the historic places in town, including this one right here, the old Baraboo Inn, built in 1864. They're all an experience.
The old Baraboo Inn is so old, old is in its name. How old is it? And what is it?
Gosh, it is very old. In fact, this year is the 160th year of this building's existence. So we're celebrating that today. Built in 1864. Calculate that, it's 2024, we're looking at 160 years. So you can only begin to imagine the decades of people that have come through this building, and if only the walls could talk.
I heard there are underground tunnels connected to the old Baraboo Inn. Are they related to woodchuck activity?
Well, that's good. Woodchuck activity? No, I've never heard that one, Chuck. But what I believe they are related to, and what we have heard, is the illegal activity that took place in this building during Prohibition. People weren't going to stop drinking, and as you know, there was a lot of bootlegging and speakeasies. And so the tunnel made it really convenient to roll those barrels to the building across the street and then on down to the river. And we believe, because of recordings here, that Mr. Capone and his boys were actually part of that journey.
I heard there's a rule about not saying the F word at the old Baraboo Inn. What's that about?
Yeah, we definitely have that rule. We don't like to use the F word, and it's certainly probably not the F word that you're thinking of. Ours is fire. We have a bit of anxiety over that word in this building because it was closed for 14 years due to a devastating fire. And then BC Far bought it, renovated it, and brought it back to the place where people can come and enjoy the history again. But even before that time, we have evidence that there were smaller fires that took place in the building. One right here in this room. Upstairs, yeah, there were girls that liked to work up here, made some good money doing that. And the owner at the time actually was published in the paper that due to a little fire in this very room, the beds got even warmer than usual.
My last question. How can we visit the old Baraboo Inn?
Well, I don't know. I don't know how far you are, but we get people from out of state, out east, Midwest, Illinois, all the way down from many different states that come here to visit. We are named in the top 10 most haunted in America by Food Network and also Times Magazine in New York City. We're on a lot of national lists. So get your GPS out, put in Baraboo, Wisconsin, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you so much, Shelly Wells, for talking to us about the old Peekaboo Inn. That was a captivating and illuminating interview.
I love it. That's great. Fun.
Well, that's it for today's episode of On the Ground with Ground Chuck. Thank you all, and toodaloo.